just like General Ham was here. General Ham is talking about the Gambia now. What a great exercise we had in African Endeavor. He's on television. I saw him yesterday. And all these people will also go back and tell the Gambia story, so it's important.
Aside from their humanitarian work, the American Coast Guards and the Gambian Navy conducted joint military exercises such as search and rescue mission at sea, vessel boarding search, amongst other drills. An experienced Commander Mike Stewart believes the exercise yielded mutual benefit, while saluting the Gambian Navy for their professionalism.
I was extremely impressed at the professionalism, dedication. During our joint activity this week, the quick learning teammates that we enjoyed really picked up some of our best recommendations, and we learned a few things from them, which was great. So I think your countrymen can be proud of your Navy and your military. I was very impressed.
For the commander of the Gambian Navy, working with the world's most powerful military will better enhance their professionalism to effectively handle the Gambia's maritime issues. The security of the seas is important and impacts us all. Building maritime safety and security is a major focus for international peace. While these Coast Guards, not only do they succeed in broadening their horizon, but the mere interaction and learning from each other's culture is something the two militaries will live to remember. Grts.
Well, you can follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS radio live. Well, time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at news from outside the Gambia.
And whosoever can afford should visit the house on a pilgrimage as duty to Allah. Whosoever denies should remember that Allah is independent of the people of the world. This year, Africell is offering you the chance to travel to Mecca to perform the fifth pillar of Islam, Al-Hajj. Yes, 12 free air tickets to Mecca are there for you to win, including travel allowance and accommodation. Simply recharge the $100 scratch card or e-voucher to enter the weekly draw and get the chance to win a free full Hajj package to Mecca. Yes, 12 Africell subscribers will have the opportunity to travel to the holy city of Mecca. Recharge $100 credit and get the chance to win an all expenses paid trip on the journey of faith to the holy city of Mecca with Africell. May all your prayers be answered.
Welcome back. A serious drought in northern Kenya is threatening to obliterate the cattle population there, whilst 3.5 million people are faced with famine. The situation has forced cattle herders to turn to crop cultivation as a means of survival. Meanwhile, northern Kenya is struggling with food shortage. The harvest in the south has been very good, but transportation remains a serious constraint. Let's look at this report for more on that.
These cows are no more than skin and bones, but at least they are still alive. In this Lake Turkana region, the drought has wiped out entire herds of cows. And at the same time, people now have to wait online to receive food for their families. The United Nations says that some 3.5 million Kenyans are facing famine in the north of the country. These livestock farmers gave up all hope and abandoned their traditional way of life. Now they are growing crops.
We are going to cultivate our land and keep watering the crops. If not, we will be wiped out by hunger.
They are growing corn, sorghum, vegetables, and fruits. The government wants to encourage this. It is setting up a water system that will irrigate some 10,000 hectares of land in an arid region. The region is hit by regular food shortages, but this year is particularly disastrous.
What we are trying to do is that we want community to be self-sustainable other than the government to continuously give them food, relief food.
And unfortunate it is that while the north of Kenya is suffering from drought and hunger, in the south the harvest has been very good. But the crops can go nowhere because road transport infrastructure is so poorly developed.
We'll take another break right now. We'll be back. Stay tuned in.
Diamond Properties ñoo indi xéewal yot nañ la bayil bu ma la waxee nga may tuddee nit ay nit dinaa la rey de bi léegi dinaa la rey xaaral ma wax la waa baax gis nga ñii ma la tuddal nii fañ génnee raful pour joxe kétab lëmma két goo xam ne dafa am 3 master bedroom amat kër ga fan la nekk mu nga Diamond Estate nekk Old Yundum déedéet kay ñaareeli pire bi xam nga lan la déedéet oto bu ñoo wax seri jeep 4x4 bu bees tàq yaa koy daaji si mbuus ñetteeli price gi waaw gars yi teg nañ juróomi ticket ab Angleterre yoo xam ne boo amut visa wala bëgguloo dem Angleterre ñu yot la xaalis gi ñeneenteeli price ñaari junne juróomi téeméer ab hangale ci ñaari téeméeri nit ñu gagné juróomeeli price gi junneb saakob maale ñu jox ko junneb nit ku ne benn saakob maalo génneel téeméer ab hangale rek jënd ticket gi te xam nga lu ci gën a neexam boo jëndee ticket gi waaw ba pare waaw fañam time yoo xam ne fa ñoo nekk si télé gi di def panel discussion nit ñi di oote gi nga boo ootee bañ la na allo waaw gaañal neel allo rek sala ama Diamond Properties mooy bolom doole xamul ndam.
Well, time now to take a look at the weather report courtesy of the Center for Forecast Office.
Oh yes, you can drive your way there with the Elton to Mecca Japale Kafo promo. The Hajj is possible. Stay loyal or become a member of the Elton Japale Kafo today and enjoy the double take. Because every time you fill your tank at any of our Elton stations, you get a chance to be in our monthly raffle draw. To take home lots of goodies like gallons of oil, bags of rice, bags of sugar, vehicle accessories, and much more. Plus a chance to become the lucky winner of the Elton to Mecca Japale Kafo fully paid Hajj expenses. Remember, it's a double take. Your single loyalty for the monthly draw and the Elton to Mecca Japale Kafo final draw to be held just before the Hajj. For more information, drop by any of our Elton station. Elton, a new vision of service.
Good evening and welcome to the weather news. We begin with a summary of today's weather followed by the forecast. Conditions over the Gambia today were mainly cloudy and rain affected parts of the country. The figures obtained will be reported in our subsequent bulletin. For what will happen, let's start with a look at the image captured at 16:30 hours, indicating the presence of convective clouds over West African countries, Central and Eastern Africa. North and Southern Africa were generally dry and stable during the period. For our forecast tonight, it will continue to be partly cloudy with rain and thunderstorms affecting places, particularly over the western part of the country. Yet tomorrow will be partly cloudy, warm, humid, with chances of rain and or thunder over places, particularly during the afternoon. Winds will continue to be southwesterly in orientation and generally light to moderate in speed. Morning temperature values are expected to be 24 degrees Celsius over Banjul and Yundum. We are expecting 23 degrees Celsius over Kerawan, Sibano, and Genoa. The rest of the country will be 24 degrees Celsius warm tomorrow morning. Top temperatures will be 29 degrees Celsius for Banjul and Yundum. We are expecting 30 degrees Celsius over Kerawan, Sibano, and Genoa. Sapo and Kaul will be 31 degrees Celsius warm, while Nyambure, Basi, and Foto will be 32 degrees Celsius warm tomorrow afternoon. The sun will rise at 12 minutes to 7 o'clock and will set at 26 minutes to 8 o'clock. With that, we now proceed with the international forecast and do have a very good night.
I'll do a quick recap before we end the news. Ruling party mobilizers have been updating Her Excellency the Vice President, Dr. Isatunjai Saidi, on plans for the November 24 presidential election. The Central Bank of the Gambia has moved to allay fears following the recent takeover of Bank PHB Gambia Limited by the Nigerian bank Keystone Limited. Burundian lawyers have been staging protests outside the prosecutor's office, calling for the release